Thank you so much, Steph. Happening right now, we're watching this. Toronto police investigating a crash in East York after a vehicle smashes into a home early this morning. Our camera has just arrived at the scene. Have a look at this. This is a live look at a house on Parkview Hill Crescent, which is near St. Clair and O'Connor. You can see the bricks just laying on top of that vehicle. There's a large chunk of that garage that has been taken out because of this crash. Police are at the scene here investigating. They are waiting for an engineer to arrive to assess this damage. Luckily, there were no major injuries reported. As for how this happened, that is all part of the investigation, so we'll continue to watch this developing story. Quite the scene here. And to our other top story here this morning, the trial begins today for Alek Minassian, the accused in the Yonge Street tragedy that left 10 people dead. The 28-year-old man is charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder and 16 counts of attempted murder. He has admitted to planning and carrying out the attack on April 23, 2018, when a van drove down a busy sidewalk along Yonge Street in North York. The judge presiding over this case has said the trial will turn on the suspect's state of mind at the time. His defense lawyers are expected to argue that Minassian had a mental illness that made him incapable of knowing what he did was wrong. We spoke with the brother of one of the victims, Anne-Marie D'Amico, about the trial.
A little uneasy about it all, and a lot of the emotions are going to resurface. Right now, it comes down to, you can call it justice or you can call it protecting the rest of society from protecting those around us and those people in Toronto moving forward.
The verdict will determine if Minassian goes to prison for life or if he is sent to a psychiatric facility. The trial today will be conducted by Zoom with all the participants in different locations. And we want to bring you to a live look at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre, where there will be a live stream of the trial that the public can attend. Now, this begins at 10 o'clock this morning. Members of the public who are interested in watching must wear a mask, stick to physical distancing rules, and they will also have to complete a COVID-19 screening questionnaire. And coming up here at 7:30, we're going to be speaking with CityNews reporter Adrian Gobriel. He'll be talking to us about the trial, which he will be following for the next few weeks. And we are expected to find out today if Toronto will be moving out of a modified stage 2 this weekend and joining the province's new color-coded COVID-19 system. It comes as Toronto reporting 483 new cases of the virus yesterday, which is the highest the city has seen in a single day since the pandemic began. Under the province's new COVID system, Toronto would fall into the orange restrict category, which would lift current restrictions and allow up to 50 people to dine indoors and up to 50 people at gyms. The city's medical officer of health says that intense talks are underway to see if Toronto is ready.
There is nothing normal about this. It is a clear warning to us all. I don't think the current case counts point us towards relaxing the roadblocks we're putting up in front of the virus. The extra time we asked for shows that we have not reached that point yet.
Across the province, Ontario announcing 1,242 new COVID cases yesterday. That is a slight dip from Sunday's record of 1,328, but the fourth day in a row of over 1,000 new cases. As we see these record-breaking numbers in the second wave, Premier Doug Ford is dismissing criticism from some who call the province's new framework too weak.
I'm just not going to get into one doctor versus the other, but I have to listen to the docs that are around our health table, which are the best in the country.
The Premier says local health units are welcome to tighten restrictions in their regions, even offering increased testing, contact tracing, and hospital resources to Peel region. 3 of those sites will be opening today, including at Snellgrove Community Center, Gore Meadows Community Center, and Greenbrier Community Center. Stay with us here this morning. Peel's Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Lawrence Lowe, he will be joining me live to provide an update on the situation in that region. He's coming up in about 20 minutes' time at 6:30. Well, this is news that Canadians and the world has been waiting for. Pharma giant Pfizer announcing its vaccine has been 90% effective in trials, but infectious disease experts say there's still a lot more that needs to be learned.
We need to know whether this is preventing infection or preventing illness. There's a distinction there. We eventually will need to know how long the immunity lasts for, and also the breakdowns of effectiveness. For example,
Pfizer says there's been no safety concerns or serious side effects, but their findings still have to be published, and the vaccine has to finish clinical trials and pass Health Canada approval. A Toronto Liberal MP leaving the party after allegations of nepotism. Now, in a Facebook post last night, Don Valley East Representative Yasmin Ratanzi admits she made a serious error by employing her sister. Ratanzi has sent in her resignation from the Liberal caucus to the Prime Minister and will continue to represent her riding as an independent. The allegations have been sent to the Office of the Conflicts of Interest and Ethics. Ironically, her Twitter profile says she is the vice chair of Canadian branch of Global Organization of Parliaments Against Corruption.